A lot of people ask me what my thoughts are on doing essays and multiple choice every day. And here are my thoughts. Even if you are a retaker, you need to review and learn the information. And I don't like to have my students do essays or multiple choice until they've reviewed all of the information for a given subject. Because, and this is the reason why, right? I already have my students break things up by subject. So you spend like about a week on Civ Pro and then about a week on contracts and about a week on con law, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we certainly do review within those, but I don't want you going into a multiple choice question knowing that it's civil procedure and it has to do with PJ. Like, I don't want you knowing that level of specificity, but I also don't want to give you a question about joinder if you've only gone through PJ. Does that make sense? So that's why I don't recommend that. Now, certainly once we get through that initial learning or review period, I'm a huge fan of doing lots of essays and multiple choice. And even before I have my students move on from one subject to another, I have them do over 100 multiple choice and 4 to 5 essays, right? So like, that is a lot. And if you think about how that divides over the course of a week, it probably ends up being about the same of like 1 essay per day. It's just doing it in more of a concentrated format. I don't think it's worth wasting essays and MCQ if you haven't reviewed the material and you don't feel as if you've seen everything for this cycle, right? Now, I say that with a grain of salt, right? Because I do also tell my students, like, you just need to sit down and do it. It doesn't matter if you have everything memorized. The goal is not to have everything memorized at this point. The goal is to have like reviewed most big topics within a given subject. So that way when you sit down, you're not like, I can't tell if I don't know the answer or if I didn't review this. Like, I can't tell if this isn't fresh enough in my brain or if I just don't know it. Those aren't things we want to be questioning at this stage. And so those are my general recommendations as it pertains to multiple choice and essays. I think if you're a retaker, it may make more sense to do more, but I still think that a review period is necessary. You need to create your own study guide for this specific cycle, because I can't tell you how many students I've had that have come to me and given me their study guide from last cycle, and there have been things that are wrong in it, right? So just be careful, be aware, and recognize that if something isn't working for you or you feel like it's out of alignment for what's worked with you in the past, then maybe it's time to switch strategies and to see what other ideas and concepts are out there.